Okay, what are we looking at here? Oh, yay, we're live, finally. Took us 27 bloody years. I am... Someone help me. Send help. Stream. I know there's no one here, but send help. Okay? Help me.
Oh, don't worry, he's fine. It's fine.
Send help! Send help. Please. For the love of all things holy. Send help. Alright, just kidding. How's everybody doing?
I'm chilling. I'm eating a salad. Great.
He consume. He consume salad.
I'm playing Roblox.
Oh, Lord. This is my life. We are going to I'm just gonna go here. So everybody, welcome back to Mystic Twilight, where last time we did nothing but sit and talk to deities and meet a really aggressive NPC by the name of Tick. Boom, recap done. Huzzah. So last time you guys you healed the prince, you left the elf kingdom in a hurry. Did not stop to say goodbye to anyone. It was in, out, done. And you guys made your way towards the Yanti kingdom, where you also along the road met a Yuan-Ti, not a Yuan-Ti, a Tabaxi sorcerer by the name of Tick, who he was odd. Let's say that he's odd. So yeah, at the given moment, you guys are currently in transit towards the kingdom. What happens to be going on with all y'all at the moment?
I mean, who's driving?
Barrage and I believe Yurio were driving. Or Barrage is driving, Yurio's just sitting up in the front of the cart.
That's right. We're gonna pull out the flute and we're gonna give music for the ride.
Interesting. Alright. So you pull out your flute and begin to play. For the heck of it, give me a performance check.
One second. I'm currently away from laptop, but we're almost back. Alright. What is... performance, that is just +3. That is a 22.
Alright. It's it's a good day for playing music. Let's say that. You're kind of going along, maybe what you're playing is up to you. And you're kind of going along. Tick, who has kind of migrated to the back of the cart, he's kind of just nodding his head along. Just kind of there, but not really doing much. He seems like he's amiable. He's not doing much, but Arturus, Yurio, are you guys doing anything?
Nothing in particular.
Just watching the world go by?
I guess.
Alright.
How long do we have? Like, how long are we traveling?
It's been a better course of about a week to get out of Elvish territory, and then another week or so, maybe add a few days to get to the like border of the human and Yuan-Ti territories. So you've been traveling for 2 weeks now, and you've just barely hit the border where the jungle slowly begins to take over. Sparse at first, but the longer you keep moving, the longer things seem to, well, the more dense the jungle seems to get. And yeah.
I imagine we're gonna have to leave the cart at some point.
Actually,
Suddenly, Arcturus gets flashbacks to another timeline. No, I'm kidding.
I would like all of you to make a survival check.
Wonderful. Good thing I have none of my character sheets pulled up.
I take that back. No, it would be a survival check for you guys. Never mind. The players who would have this as a history check aren't here right now.
We got a 15.
15, all right.
Just give me a sec. What is going on? Stop messing with me, block. Survival? Where's dice rolls? There it is.
Yurio, can I get a survival check, please?
11.
Yes, sir. Just need.
Okay, 11 for Arcturus.
Our crap. Crap. Slash. Oh, yay, an 11. That's amazing.
All right. So, Cerulean, you're the only one who really notices, but there does seem to be a path large enough for a cart to travel into, like, traveling into the jungle, or, yeah.
I would nudge Barrage, who is totally here right now. And like just point them to the path to make sure they knew.
All right. Barrage kind of begins to take you guys down the path. And the jungle is like, Cerulean, you haven't really experienced something like this before. It's,
You would be correct.
yeah,
Hot
they're,
and sticky, probably.
what?
I said hot and sticky, probably. It's a jungle.
Yeah,
Very
It's-
humid, very warm. Not exactly the most comfortable.
it's fine for now, but you can definitely tell that the further you go, the more the temperature starts to increase and the humidity starts to increase. But another thing is
I
that
lived in the sky. I'm not ready for this.
you have lived where it is cold and windy. So, but also, the trees and the underbrush around the sides of the trail are incredibly dense. And, I mean, the trees are massive, stretching up into this almost ceiling of green. that while it lets some sunlight through, down at this base level, it's, while I wouldn't say hard to see things, there's a noticeable difference in the light level here. It's also, when you step in, it suddenly begins to feel a lot louder than it did out on the open plains, with the sounds of not only bugs, but of other creatures kind of stirring both in the brush and in the canopy above. Leaving only really the path occasionally marked by what seem to be little stone obelisks ahead of you.
I guess it's right now, as long as I don't really sense threat, Cerulean should probably stop playing because she doesn't necessarily want to make everything aware that they're there. But she'd be kind of watching out, but just sitting back in the cart.
Not exactly enjoying the hot weather, huh?
No, it's humid. My tail is fluffing. I'm not having a ha fun time.
Arturus, Uriel, how are you guys handling the temperature?
Arturus is probably fine. He's a tough dude.
Yes.
Say again?
Wow.
Yes.
You're just sitting there, not doing anything? You're just...
A little bit beefier.
Yes.
Full level 14. It's
Okay, the question being, miserable or not miserable?
Yes.
I'm gonna take that as miserable.
Yes.
Cerulean's gonna cast a Gust of Wind. To get some air conditioning going.
Alright. There's a nice breeze. What?
I said, who needs modern technology when you have magic?
This is not magic. Technically, this is airbending.
Okay.
A soft breeze kind of stirs the cart, and it's...
Why did everyone go quiet?
Sorry, multitasking.
Okay.
Very bad at multitasking.
Didn't know if that was on my part or something on Discord.
What it seems to be at the moment, is it's yeah y'all are miserable. Just it's not a pleasant experience, and even with that little bit of AC, it hardly does anything for you. The humidity. Yeah. The humidity is I'm again doing bad at multitasking. The humidity is making kind of just it's bad. It's a mess, and it's slowly going up. Like, it's really, you thought the air was like heavy before, but this is getting downright stupid.
Go to the Yonti, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Y'all are starting to wonder, how the frick does anyone live here? Because
snake people, it's unfair advantage.
Yeah, they're cold-blooded, so.
Yeah.
it's not a particularly fun time. Next thing I'm gonna ask for is perception checks.
Alright. That is a 13.
13, cool. All right.
22.
Say again?
22.
All right. So something, Arturus, you are the first one, or you're the only one who notices this. But deep amongst kind of these trees, you can see pieces of, or large pieces of wreckage of some kind occasionally poking through the forest floor. Covered in vines and moss and creepers, but still occasionally showing itself. You begin to see, once again, bits and pieces of wreckage of some kind sticking up through the underbrush.
Well, I don't think it's dangerous, right? It's just wreckage.
Nothing.
No, I don't see
you
any-
can
I
roll
don't
an
see
insight
anything
check if you
immediately
want.
threatening.
You can roll an insight check if you want, but at the moment, no, it does not seem threatening.
Might as well. More information never hurt anybody. What am I doing? 12.
12? Yeah, it seems to you it's nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, cool. Since he doesn't think it's dangerous, he's gonna walk up and investigate the wreckage further.
So you guys pull the cart to a stop, and you go up. I would like you to make a...
Oh, did I say that I told everyone else?
Oh, are you going to tell everyone else?
I was just gonna hop off and check what it was real quick.
Just gonna
To
really
make
quickly...
sure it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The cart's
he's
going
just
slow
gonna go
enough.
with-
You could easily...
Yeah, he'll catch up. He'll just re-catch up later.
All right. Urios ruling. You guys watch as Arturus quickly kind of bounds out of the back of the cart and treads off into the forest or the jungle for a moment. Arturus, I would like a history check from you, please.
Oh, that's such a nice roll for me. My history is actually not that decent because I have a proficiency in it. If it wasn't, it would be negative.
Oh, you've
Better than I thought.
you've got bad history,
I've,
dude.
like, I've got bad intelligence. My wisdom's very high. My intelligence is not. I have proficiency though, so it balances out, I guess. He's read enough books, I suppose. 22.
You kind of lift a hand up and kind of brush away a bit of the lichen. And what you see is a symbol you've seen Barrage wear a few times, which seems to be a gear of some kind emblazoned with another symbol that you can't quite decipher. And looking more into it, you've heard rumors at times of, well, that the Warforged at some point or another had these larger machines that weren't sentient, but they seemed to be some, like, siege weapons of some kind, of these, tales of these colossal siege weapons that were, well feared at their time of use, but for all intensive purposes, either were destroyed, fell into disrepair, or met any number of fates, and kind of just became a myth. So
What you're saying is that we just found, or I just found, a really powerful piece of equipment, or something that was at one point very powerful.
at one point, these kinds of weapons, so to speak, were feared by almost
Do I have a
everyone.
map?
What?
Is there like a map?
On Quest Portal, not right now, no.
No, not on Quest Portal. In game.
Is there a map? Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a map of the continent.
Okay. I'm gonna keep in mind like where we are, and then once I'm done here, I'm gonna mark this spot on the map.
All right.
But first,
Really
I'm going
nice
to
map on
like
it.
check out the condition.
All right. Yeah, at some point, these things were highly feared and were...
Like the condition of it.
Oh, the condition?
It's
It's entirely
like,
in...
is there
Sorry, go.
is like all the pieces are there is just bashed up, or like
This
like
is
what?
a piece of whatever this was.
Can I tell like where the other, like, just based off of how the rubble is laying, like maybe where it might have came from? Like, is there any like clues for other pieces, where the other pieces might be?
1 second here, let me look into some stuff. Roll an investigation check, please.
Okay, this one is actually bad. Okay, cool. But I don't know. Dice parser, don't fail me now.
Don't fail me now.
7.
7. You don't see anything. Whatever this is and whatever happened to it, it's long since been consumed by the rest of the jungle.
Do I know if like these parts would like be of any value?
Now, no. This is what was likely a piece of armor plate or a joint of some kind. It's nothing that, and it's also so far into disrepair that you wouldn't be able to hike any value for it.
How would Barrage be able to hike any value from it?
Likely not.
Okay.
If there
It's
are any
interesting.
mechanical
I'm just
pieces
wondering, like,
left,
If
then
it has like historical value.
perhaps, but not nearly as much historical value as, say, a living Warforged.
Okay.
Yeah, this also, without its power source, which is what keeps Warforged like Barrage from rusting and falling into major mechanical disrepair. And without that power source, this, while it seems incredibly durable, has decayed, for lack of a better term. What would you like to do now?
I think he's just gonna do a quick check, like of the surrounding area. Then he's gonna head back to the cart.
Alright. You do a quick scan, and the jungle is dense and hard to see through. But you do notice, like, strewn throughout areas, like, maybe a patch way off in the distance, you can see more rubble or wreckage. But it's so far off that it wouldn't be worth tracking through the undergrowth to get to.
What you think? Let me go grab someone who's pretty nimble, which I think Cerulean is pretty nimble. She can fly, so yeah.
Yeah, but there's also the thing of looking at our like roleplay kind of thing. He's not gonna want to do things. You're
Okay.
committed
He's
to
gonna
that
he's gonna grab
conflict.
someone who's nimble and willing.
All right, guys.
I'm a
What's that?
yeah. He's gonna head back to the cart and he's gonna be like, I found some like ruins. Does anyone want to come check them out with me for I don't know, a sec, couple minutes? I don't know, half hour. I don't know, however far.
Cerulean will at this
Cool.
point just be panting from the humidity. He does not want to deal with anything.
I will go.
All right. Yuria,
Cool. Let's go.
you hop off the cart, and you guys descend back to where you found the wreckage. Kind of stop it. Barrage stops the cart in the process just so he doesn't get too far ahead. As you guys continue on, Yuria, you eventually come to the same piece of wreckage that Arturus found. This large hunk of metal with the arcane gear symbol emblazoned onto it, which seems to have decayed at best and is slowly being overtaken by nature again.
Yeah. I want to go to, like, I've already scanned this stuff. This stuff isn't, like, super, there's nothing super interesting in here. It's just, like, ruins of, like, some super powerful war machine from, like, the Great War a long time ago. But that, I want to go check that out, and he's going to point to the thing into the jungle. Granted, there's like a lot of weeds and stuff, so I think we might just have to like quickly hop into the canopy, you know, go tree to tree.
All right. Acrobatics check. Or acrobatics checks.
Yeah.
24.
All right.
Team.
You two manage to dodge your way throughout the trees fairly easily, despite how numerous the branches are. It's almost second nature to the both of you. And you come upon what seems to be a larger piece of wreckage. By your understanding, what would have been kind of a chassis or a chest piece of some kind, with a massive hole blown into one side.
A what?
A massive hole is blown into one side of this piece of wreckage.
Interesting. Is it like big? Can I
It's
go into it?
Let me roll really quickly. Oh yeah, it's big. You could definitely
Okay.
you could
Fit inside of
definitely
it?
try and make your way inside.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Arturus, you climb inside. And whatever this is has clearly been, like, looted as where you would expect to be. Well, there's obviously this web of mechanical parts, pieces, and other implements you don't fully understand. You know that they somehow combined to make this thing work. But you don't understand, like, what this does, what it might be. But in the center, you see some kind of space that might have once housed something. But whatever that thing is has now been removed, leaving just a trickle of blue
We
fluid.
can assume that it's like the energy source has been stripped.
Yep, pretty much.
The only question, I'm gonna, Arturus is gonna note that to Uriel. He's gonna say, whatever was here took the energy source. The only question I have is, what are they using it for? And is it good?
I think I know what it was for.
What's that?
Shenanigans.
Yeah, but this is like ancient technology. Are there like other warforged we don't know about that would have the knowledge to utilize this? Because like
Probably
I
not.
can't even begin to understand how Barrage works.
No one understands how barrage works.
Exactly. But I don't know. This is definitely something we'll have to keep in mind. Is there anything else that's important, inside of whatever hole we're in?
Make me a perception check.
$18.
There does not appear to be much. There's obviously signs that someone did salvage things from here. Excuse me. But outside of that, what you could guess is that whatever kind of sunk this thing must have, like, you could guess it would have had to have been another piece of, like, siege weaponry. So a catapult, a large ballista, most likely magic infused.
Okay, so something big hit this.
Yeah,
and then
something big hit
someone-
this.
And then someone stripped it. Can I tell if it was like just based off of the wear on it? Obviously, if something's been removed more recently, it's gonna have like more recent scratches and like dust and stuff.
Roll me a survival check.
Nine.
This all seems to be pretty old damage.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else interesting in the area?
I mean, aside from smaller scattered pieces of metal, no.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna ask Yuria. I'm going to say, Yuria, do you want to explore further, or do you want to, just call it a day? I don't know if there's much more for us to find here.
We should probably call it a day and wait until our
Yeah.
is here.
Okay.
So
We're gonna
we
head
head
back
back.
to the
Yeah.
back to the wagon.
All right. Cerulean, are you doing anything while these two adventure out? Tick is obviously still kind of... He's obviously still with you, but he's... whatever. You doing anything?
Cerulean's doing literally anything possible to cool herself off.
All right.
He is not having a happy, fun time with this weather.
Make me either a survival or an intelligence check.
That is a 21.
You, through some, like, creative application of wind magic and, like, some help from Tick, managed to get a nice, cool stream of air going. One that, you know, kind of eases the humidity a bit. So, okay.
Do I see any upcoming destination, or do I only still see trees?
Perception check, please.
That is a nat 1.
It's trees as far as the eye can see.
Well, twist, it's actually dead ahead of us, but I'm tired and only see trees.
All right. Yeah, you see trees, and you know, as you're kind of passing time waiting for your friends to get back, you see Tick occasionally, like, mess with magic a bit, like kind of creating those, like, magic, kind of those glowing magic gears and like.
You in there, bud?
Oh, it's a I don't know. I just kind of do this whenever I'm bored. It's
That's fair.
and he like spins it again. I feel oddly connected to this place.
And do you know any John T?
Not at all. My life has been, well, I think, I don't think I've ever met any Yanti. Weird snake folk. At least that's what I know. That's what I've heard, I think.
Not all of them are bad.
Obviously not. But, he just kind of shrugs and continues kind of messing with the little gears. Like, at some point, you hear this, like, almost clockwork noise for a little bit before it kind of fades again, and he vanishes the gears from sight. And that's about when Arturus and Yurio show back up. Arturus and Yurio, after some walking, you guys make your way back to the cart. And much to your surprise, it seems Cerulean and Cerulean and Tick have gotten the temperature, at least inside the cart, down a little bit.
I assume both of us hop inside of the cart.
I mean, your choice.
Might as well. Oh man, it's cool in here.
I genuinely thought I was gonna die, so I did my best.
No, good job, I guess. Definitely much better than outside. Cerulean, can I mark something on your map real quick? I figured
Sure, I don't
There's
see
some
why not.
we found some like siege weaponry like ruins here, and I guess knowing where they are or keeping track of that couldn't really hurt us.
We'll just reach into her bag of stuff and pull out her map and hand it to him.
Cool. He's just gonna go and quickly mark something. Make a quick mark of where it was and then hand it back.
All right, you guys mark your map for later. And Barrage kind of kicks the cart back into motion. You guys keep going for maybe an hour or two when you realize that the light level seems to be sinking. And the sky through the little bits of trees has turned orange and then slowly seems to be fading past that.
Looks like it's almost nightfall. I say we find a clearing, make camp.
Arturus, Aurelian? No, sorry, Arturus, Uriel.
Really
Might as well.
suggested making camp, yeah.
Alright. You guys...
Definitely a good idea before it gets dark.
Yes, sorry, the mute button was...
You guys make your way, well, you guys stop and pull the cart off, and it takes you a bit, but you finally manage to set up a camp using the cart as kind of the main form of shelter, but also setting up some, I'd assume, tents wherever you can manage the little bit of space. Are any of you taking watch?
Cerulean will probably take watch first this time.
Alright.
Oh, do I need to sleep anymore? Oh wait, no. That's
You-
like one. That's like one level.
You need, like, Arturus, you're a monk,
No.
and you're a...
I need like half sleep.
Dude, elves already need half sleep. You're a monk, right? Don't monks need half sleep also? So you've just got a quarter? Oh, hey, Musty!
Wait
Hello.
a second. Do monks also need half sleep?
I thought if you spent time meditating, you were able to...
Is that a thing? No shot.
I don't know. To catch up Musty, you guys have made your way, away from the Elf Kingdom and into with about 2 weeks of travel, have made your way into the initial phases of the Yuan-Ti jungle. Having seen some wreckage and ruin, everyone's continued on, and you guys you're now stopping and settling down for the night. Just to inform Musty.
Okay. We chilling.
Abram, you kind of come to consciousness in the back of the cart. You've been out for a little bit.
I was slumping.
Whether you were speaking with your deity or just, taking the world's biggest nap is kind of up to you.
I was sleeping.
You're just like, I've had enough. Frick this. I'm done.
I just passed out. Yeah, that's what I did.
It's been a 2 weeks of on and off napping, but yeah, you finally come to, and looking out of the cart, you're back in your home jungle. The rest of the group has set up camp.
Okay.
Are you gonna do anything? You gonna talk to anyone?
I will walk out of the wagon and I will say, "What is up, gang?" And I will request, "What is up?" That is the move.
Ladies and gentlemen, the paladin has emerged at last.
And I have said hello. I have said-
Ooh,
What was that?
no.
Lucky
I'm.
moment?
Yes.
All right.
Shall we tell him about what we found, Avery?
Oh yeah, we can just take
What'd y'all
give a note of
find?
it.
You guys have been asked what you found.
Basically, we looked into the jungle for a bit, and we found some wreckage of a kind of like super scary siege weapon from like the Great War, or the Old War, or whatever. Kind of just in disarray, and we found a few pieces. Interesting, the power core looked like it got like stripped. Someone took it for whatever purpose they can have for it. I'm not 100% sure why, but
Okay. So, do we have that? Are we holding on to that?
Someone else looted the power
someone else
core,
took it.
and
someone
the
else-
wreckage
well,
is
someone-
too big to move.
Okay. Oh yeah, got you. Full wreckage. All right.
Yeah.
It was a little robotic, so I don't know. I didn't hear the whole clear. Got you though. Robot. Wreckage. We're camping right next to that. Is what I'm hearing?
You guys have made your way a few more miles in.
Okay. So we're a few miles into.
You're a few miles
wherever.
past the. You're a few miles past the wreckage.
And we are in a jungle.
You are in the Yanti jungle. Yes.
Very
Okay.
unhappy cerulean noises.
Yeah. Wait, what happened to the whole like elf village we were in?
You guys. Last session healed the prince. Booked it.
Got you. Okay, we didn't
Just-
stab the tree.
No. I will come back around to that detail. Probably next session.
Okay,
But-
we're in a jungle.
Yeah.
What is our objective?
You guys were headed for your home city, Abram.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Abram had just woke up from a freaking coma and he'd be asking questions. I'm just trying to gather information here. Alright, well I don't have any actions. I don't know what to do right now, so
So I assume you're gonna stay up on watch then?
if that is the option of an action to do, yes.
Arcturus, Uriel, you guys kind of camp out in wherever you choose to, whether in the back of the cart or not. Oh, I forgot to mention, you guys also met Musty. There is now an NPC by the name of
We
Tick
adopted-
traveling with you, a snow leopard
We
tabaxi
adopted him.
who is a sorcerer.
We adopted him.
Oh,
He was ours. We're keeping him.
Yeah.
He is, as of current, kind of just sat up against the side of the cart, just kind of fiddling.
Okay, I got you.
Since Cerulean is currently also on watch, he's gonna specifically listen for anything.
All right. Abram, you doing anything specific while you're on watch?
I'd be singing.
Just kind of low hum a little bit. Just
Yeah, we'll say that. I'd be singing music, you know.
singing one of the songs of your people.
I'd be just kind of humming. I'm just being a little goof. In the middle of the night while everyone's trying to sleep, I'll just like I'll just be like, I'll be there.
Silly, goofy mood.
I'm in a silly, goofy mood. Yes.
It's good to be back in your homeland.
Quiet, and then people are just gonna hear me just slowly like, and then I get like really loud, and I get into humming, and like I get into it, and then like I'm beatboxing outside everyone's tents.
I'm gonna throw a shoe at him.
Bro's just jamming out. What you got against that?
Yeah, I just be
Throwing a shoe because I need sleep.
Uriel, you pick up a shoe, make an attack roll really quickly.
You only need half sleep, right?
Yeah, you guys, the two of you only really need 4 hours, so.
fine. I'm gonna sing.
All right.
Then I start rapping. I start singing an Eminem song.
So, the night continues. Let me roll something. Relatively peacefully. You occasionally hear the flitting of things in the underbrush, but nothing drastic that really catches your attention. Cerulean, Abram, are you two gonna discuss something, or is this one of those watches where it's just comfortable silence?
Cerulean's probably the humidity is not doing the things for her ears, like on the fur on her ears and tail, so she should be combing those while she watches.
All right. Yeah, Abram, the humidity does not seem to be doing well for most of your friends. To you, it feels like paradise. It's been a long time since you've been back here.
As I
I'm
said
just sucking
in
it in.
I lived in the sky. I'm not ready for this.
I'm just like, oh, you gotta love that feeling on the scales, man. Ah. You know, I can never be more limbo. I can fight so much better in this area, man. You know?
Is it right to say that Cerulean's just staring like he's a madman?
Yeah. Yeah, because like Cerulean's like, I lived in the clouds. It's cold up there. It's cold and dry. Every now and then you got the like rain. No, this is not it. This is not a happy, haha, fun time for me.
You mean?
Yeah.
Gotta love you've got to love the rain.
I really don't. We don't have to love it.
As you mention it,
You drink water?
Small dusts of rain begin to drip from above drip kind of through the canopy. The tree's catching most of it, but it is indeed raining now.
My bad.
Jinx house, damn. So really, probably, if you could, like, she's gonna like stand on the edge of the cart, like she could still look out, but he's covered by it.
Abram's just gonna kind of. I'm gonna actually, you know what? Since we're like just chilling, Abram's just gonna soak in the rain, bro. He's just gonna hold out his arms.
Outside.
He loves the water. I'm a salamander snake boy.
It's
That you?
it is home. It is home, Abram. That is it's home.
Water. The water. Quite nice.
And the night continues on. In relative silence. Morning comes and you all awaken to, for those of you who have been, actually no, you guys wouldn't even have to stop the entire night. About 4 hours in, you know, maybe midnight or so, Arturus, Uriel, Abram, you guys are awake. Cerulean, you're able to shift out and sleep if you want.
Yeah.
Alright, just shift into the cart, knock out for some time. You can attempt to keep going forward in the dark, but it would be slow and probably not the safest thing to do with the horses. So, are you guys going to attempt to... Are you guys going to attempt to keep moving through the night, or...
I don't want to lose our horses.
I mean, I feel like we could, because I think we literally all of us have dark vision.
You all have dark vision, yes, but it would you're still definitely going to be going slower.
Well, yeah.
So,
But it's not like it'll screw us over and keep going.
you would have to, it's your guys' choice to make. You can choose to see if, like, you guys can choose to try and gain some extra ground, or you can all stop for the night.
I vote stop, actually. I don't want to lose our, like, whole carriage in a mudslide or something.
Agreed.
Alright. You guys stop for the night, and the morning eventually rolls around. There's some light fog, and Cerulean, you thought the humidity in the evening was bad? Dear Lord. It's awful. You are all like... Despite your best attempts, you're like... you're first drenched.
I am floofing so hard from this humidity.
Yeah, you are... It's not... It's not doing wonders.
It's a real this.
Alright. So you guys wake up and you continue on your way. Would anyone like to do anything specific? Just real quickly.
I wish to snooze.
Alright. Yurio's snoozing in the back.
I'm gonna wipe poison on my hammer.
You don't have any poison at the moment. You would need to buy some.
I have it in my tea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's actually a fair... roll me a constitution check really quickly. Just...
Bro just starts fighting his hammer.
Yeah.
It's not like he's gonna damage it.
1d20. Where's my con?
I think you have a... I updated your character sheet and I gave you a boost because your stats were really bad.
Yeah, they were messed up.
Alright, you have a +3 on Con.
+3.
Yeah.
15.
All right. You, through some manipulation, you managed to, like, get enough poison out of your fangs to coat your hammer in it. The rest of y'all, this is a very disturbing sight.
I'm just gnawing on my hammer.
Not even gnawing on your hammer, you're just, like, hacking and, like...
I'm smacking my teeth against the adamant.
No, you're just, like... It's almost like a bit of a gag reflex thing for a minute. Before you finally manage to spit up enough to coat your hammer.
I have an idea.
It's not a pleasant sensation either.
I'm gonna go hunt now, guys. My poison hammer.
Buddy, everything will hear you. Know you're intelligent enough to know that everything will hear you coming.
That's true. I'm gonna take my chainmail armor. I'm gonna take like my armor stuff off, my clanky clank. I'm gonna bring just the spiky hammer. Do I have any throwables? I think I have a tiny crossbow actually.
You have I think you have a light crossbow, but you
do.
guys are well enough stocked on rations at the moment. You don't, by definition, need to hunt.
Bro is just bloodthirsty. Let him have it.
If you want to hunt, I'm not gonna stop you. So are you going hunting? Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Alright. First of all, I need you to make a perception check.
Okay. Alright, give me a hot second. Can someone roll that for me actually?
I gotcha.
Thank you. I'm
15 plus perception plus 116, and now you, sir, managed to find what appears to be we'll go with a boar, a wild boar, kind of sitting there, rooting through the undergrowth. What would you like to do next?
It's a bear?
A boar.
It's a bear.
Boar.
A boar! Okay, I was like, I am not fighting a bear. Boar.
Certified bear moment.
Let's see here. I don't have armor. I have a hammer.
And you have a crossbow.
I have a crossbow. Can I observe the environment? What can I use to my advantage?
Survival check.
What do I have in my survivals?
You have.
I should have good survival. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it's a 1.
All right.
Plus 1.
Do you need me to roll for you, or?
I can do this one. 1 second.
I'm also gonna roll something.
19.
19. Nothing that's really gonna be to your advantage. There's trees. It's dense undergrowth. It's gonna be hard to do anything. Unless... Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. You likely won't be able to get close to it fast enough to hit it. At least with a hammer. So...
Okay. I will. I guess. I don't know. I'll run at it.
Not gonna use your crossbow?
The crossbow will not kill the boar. Actually, maybe I'll get a really nice dead shot in. We'll try the crossbow.
Alright, make an attack roll.
What are the stats on my crossbow? I don't even.
It's 1d8 damage.
Also, you roll. You roll it for me this time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You aim, and you're not really familiar with range weapons. Yeah, you've used the crossbow enough times. Actually, no, wait, I think you have a longbow. Hold on. Yeah, I think you have a longbow. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, you have a longbow. It's been a while since you've touched this thing. You're a little rusty. And you fire, and as you go to fire, your foot slips, and it shoots straight past the boar and into a tree. It just... The boar looks up at you, squeals once, and dashes off into the undergrowth.
I meant to do that. I'm gonna go grab the arrow.
You go and you retrieve your arrow. By your by your estimation, everything in the surrounding vicinity heard that. And you likely aren't going to find anything else.
No,
Did I
I'll
hear
go
it?
back.
Yeah, you guys heard it all the way back at the cart.
As Abram comes back into like talking distance, Arcturus is going to jokingly say, "So how'd the tree hunting go?" And he's gonna give a wink.
I'm just gonna throw the hammer head first and then attack her. I'm just kidding. So, I'm just gonna give him a little bit of a despair, angry, grumpy. Grumpy. That's the best way to describe it. He just stares at him grumpily.
Arcturus is gonna laugh.
So, Abram, I assume you're gonna
I'm just,
put your armor back on really quickly. Sorry.
yeah, I'm gonna put it back on. And I'm just gonna kind of mutter to myself. I'm like, man, I gotta use my bow more.
All right. You guys continue on deeper into the woods. For the time that Abram was hunting, what are the rest of you doing?
Snoozing.
You're just taking a nap again. You just slept 4 hours. How are you, like...
Yeah, come on. You can do more than sleep. Come on, be creative with it. Come on. You're in a world where you can do anything.
Let's,
Okay,
you
okay.
can-
Tick is gonna roll insight really quickly.
Snoozing on the ceiling.
Oh, because she has the spider cloak. That's right.
Are you fighting anything in your? Are you having any crazy dreams and like dueling things?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Guys, I can be Spider-Man as long as I'm moving.
a spider.
All right. Yep. Yuri's still taking a nap. Somehow. We aren't sure how. Cerulean and Arcturus, what are you guys doing for the time that Abram was out hunting?
Now that Cerulean's more comfortable, like she's still not happy, but she's more comfortable. She's still at basically just kind of like a sightseeing. Again, there aren't really jungles where she's from, so it's like this is neat.
Arcturus?
I'm actually not sure what he's doing. What is there to do?
You can talk to people. Tick is still around, so he's...
Challenge the clouds to a duel.
But outside of, well, eventually, yeah, Abram comes back and you guys are on the road again. And
Guys, we're in a road trip, guys.
Road trip. Okay. All right.
Road trip. Road trip.
As you guys are going, who is driving?
No one. Got the Tesla autopilot. I don't
Bloody
know.
horses. I'm gonna just stare at the rains. Like I'm sitting in
The
spot,
rain.
rains are
It's not raining anymore. It rained most of the night,
No.
but
No,
Rain,
He's
the
at
rains.
the range.
We're
He's at the range,
range.
not at the range.
oh,
You know?
okay, I
You
misheard.
know what? We're gonna make it rain.
I
We're-
just tied them to the side, and I'm gonna see what the horses do.
Yeah. Horses are smart. They know how to follow paths.
All right. You guys are. You leave the horses be. They just kind of continue following the trail. And yeah, once again, who's in the who's what I say? Who's driving? Who's in the front two seats? That's what I need.
I think our tourist will go in the front seat. In one of them. At least this time.
So it sounds like Abram and Arturus. Is that what I'm getting?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. I need perception checks from both of you, please.
Can we see?
Can you? I don't know. Can you?
20 plus.
17.
Okay.
Where's my purse? Oh, what are you doing? I feel old. Stop doing that. What are you
Okay.
doing? My phone was doing things. 21. Natural 20.
Abram, you know the forest and your people a little too well to be like deceived isn't the right word, but your own species tricks don't really work on you anymore. You've so as you've been going, you begin to notice things in the undergrowth. The occasional stirring that's ever so slight. Like, and, normally, like, it's very hard to tell, but there are other Yonti in the area.
You stole my blanket.
You can tell. They're kind of skulking. And if you didn't know your own tactics so well, you wouldn't know it. But
Okay.
so yeah, you definitely know that the others don't see it, but there's something in that your people are around. They are watching you.
Okay.
Excuse me for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, there's people in the bushes. They're in the tree.
Can you tell if they're just watching us, or are they going to attack?
They're in the trees.
Abram, you can make an insight check for motive.
They're in the tree. I'm just kidding. What's up?
Brilliant's asking if you can tell whether they're just curious or they have malicious intent.
Oh, okay. Can I tell? What's the roll that I make?
Insight, please.
What is my insight?
All right, let me go check.
It's +1. It's +1.
All right.
One.
Can you tell?
I got a 7. I have no idea.
It's
There's no way I can tell from how they've moved.
been a
right
while.
now.
The only way you can see them is through the ever so slight brush of the bushes, which most people wouldn't know, or if they did notice, would assume is either the wind or, like, creatures in the underbrush. Not fully armed humanoids. And you know for a fact they're fully armed because no Yanti travels outside the city without being fully armed.
Wait, did you say they are creatures or they aren't creatures?
Most people, like, it's Yanti. You know it's Yanti. They are your people.
I'm gonna look at one of the Russells, just like a dead stare, like literally let him know that I see him. Actually, no, I don't want him to know that I know that I'm there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just ride on, but I am gonna do like a little signal towards Arcturus. Arcturus, so he knows. I'm pretty sure I already kind of told him, but like to let him know
You
that
already
the
told the
people-
group. The group has been made aware.
Okay. I know what I'm doing, guys. Well, I don't know what to do yet. We can't do anything till they make a move.
We have to troll them when they try and troll us.
Should I drive the horses into one of them?
Oh no,
There's
that might hurt the horse. I'm not sure.
also the undergrowth is way too dense.
We might lose a horse there.
Worth it. I'm just
Alright. So, rest of the group, Cerulean, Uriel, Arcturus, you have been made aware.
Brilliant would. She won't grab her swords because she doesn't want to be aggressive if they're not being aggressive, but she will like be ready to fight in case like they burst out of nowhere.
Okay. So, you all move along in silence. Like, knowing that they're there, but not saying anything. And the presence never leaves. If anything, the longer you go on, the more of them there are. But it doesn't seem to change. And that, after maybe a few hours or so, correction, a little under an hour more of traveling, up in the distance, Abram, you spot what you know is the first checkpoint. Or rather, this is kind of the... You spot a checkpoint that is essentially, yeah, now we're reaching habited area. And you see two guards, who have, much like you, the serpent head. And mostly humanoid body. Kind of standing there. Along the edge of the edge of the path. Both are carrying scimitars, kind of tucked behind their waist.
Okay.
I guess Arcturus is gonna. Do they look like they've got like not good intentions?
They just seem to be there. They're not.
Can I
Insight
tell?
check. Insight check.
Okay. $17.
17. They do do not appear to be hostile.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ride
That
us up
doesn't mean
towards
that
him.
they have good intention. Or they're not gonna try and pull something. But okay. I'm still gonna be slightly cautious, but I guess I know that they don't have any super bad planned.
As you approach, one of them kind of steps out. Oh, state your name and business.
So, like, quickly, he's gonna. Oh, wait.
State your name and business.
He's gonna tap. Marcos is gonna tap. Abram on the shoulder.
I'm just gonna look at him. I'm like, I got this. I'm just
So
looking at
I
him.
was like, yeah, your name carries a little bit more weight here.
Yeah. I'm just gonna literally just go. Wait, why are we here? We're here on official business. Let us pass.
Name, sir.
Abram.
There's a pause, and it is like a pause. They look at each other. They immediately like sink to one knee. Like, apologies, my lord. We meant no disrespect.
Marcos is gonna like quickly whisper into Abram's ear. Are you the only person named Abram here?
Yeah, it's illegal to name anyone else. Same name as the royal family. Just kidding. I'm making that up.
Going to have forgotten that he was royalty and just be confused.
I'm royal.
They kind of look like are you giving them permission to rise or anything? Or are you kind of blowing off the royal status a bit?
No, I was like, no, please rise, my friends.
They both stand up and like, my lord, we didn't know you were back from exile. The word was you were still traveling the northern reaches.
I have returned to take my place. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I traveled. I'm back now, though.
Well, the people will be overjoyed to see you are back, sir. Especially your father. And don't forget your brothers. My goodness. Here, follow us.
Brothers are actually nice in this timeline.
Yeah.
Here, follow us. We can lead you through the rest of the jungle. And they're gonna, and one of them kind of makes a hand motion towards the brush, and you see about 8 to 10 Yuan-Ti hunters kind of stand up or walk out of where they were hiding from. Like, all of which painted in, like, some of them have paint on their scales. The more, they all seem to be wearing clothing that, like, the standard Yuan-Ti armor, of course, but adapted to allow them to hide easily. All of them seem to be carrying longbows strung over their shoulders.
Thank you for the welcoming party, lads.
They all kind of bow heads before, like, you hear them kind of talk to each other a little bit, in, you know, your own native language, kind of. And after a minute, it's kind of settled that 2 of them will stay. The other 8 are going to continue on with what they were previously doing. And one of the soldiers looks back to you and says, my lord, we see you have companions. You're all welcome, of course. Please, I mean no offense. But it's odd. We don't normally get visitors.
These are some of the finest warriors in the lands. I met them on my journeys.
Yeah.
They
It
like
would be my honor to welcome them to our city.
they nodded like. Then they are under the protection of your name, sir. Right this way. And they begin to lead your cart and such, through the jungle. Once again. What are you guys doing along this stretch of travel?
I'm gonna be explaining auntie customs to the lads.
Yeah. Give me some a quick
Quick
crash
rundown.
course. Yanti culture
so-
for dummies.
Do you want
Alright,
me
so
to-
the biggest thing, number one biggest thing you must remember, above all else, do not screw this up. When you see the king, you take your spoon with your left hand and you raise it straight up.
You take your what?
Like when we're
Do
at
you
the
just have
dinner.
a spoon on you at all times?
No, sorry.
Or just,
sorry.
like, at
It's
dinner?
dinner customs at the table, you know.
Okay.
When you see the king,
It's like
Okay,
you
I just need you to
Why
specify. I don't want to
technically
carry a
it's
spoon
not a
on me at all
spoon?
times.
yeah, no, you're good. You're good. It's just it's a very, it's very important. Failure to do so is resulted in absolute death.
That's a little
love
far.
that.
Death by fighting.
Can I make an insight check here?
You can make an insight check, yeah.
I want to see if he's just like, if he's just making stuff up. I want to see if he's gaslighting me. Crit fail.
Crit fail. Hey,
Crit fail. I'm 100% certain that he's being absolutely honest. I was like, okay, and he's just gonna be like, raise the spoon.
raise the
Left
at
hand.
dinner. Raise the spoon.
Why am I raising a spoon?
Make sure you raise the spoon. It is
Does
customary.
my like complete assurity that it's true like help convince the rest of the party that it's true also? It's like,
The rest of them can make insight checks.
I don't know. Only if
Bro's
you
like,
want to.
Yeah, it's true, absolutely. I got a 12.
Gotta believe it, guys.
Gee, that's not very good either.
It's not very good. Uria's still
Yeah.
asleep unless she's
My
decided to
crit
join.
fail was like 11.
Cerulean, you're playing a log.
I have questions, but I'm just gonna ignore them.
I got a
Anyways.
natural 20.
You got a what?
Unnatural 20.
Okay, you could tell he's bullfricking the part about instant death, but the spoon thing, maybe not so much. He's
Like,
definitely
you know,
bullfricking the part about instant death. But, yeah.
I'll play along.
Other than that, the few things you need to know about Yanti culture is that it's a very respect-driven thing. Like, it's a very welcoming culture, but at the same time, give respect
Hear me
where
out.
respect is due. And
Hear me out. The stronger you are, the more respected you.
that's 50-50.
That's 50-50.
That's a 50-50.
And
and you'll see why. But
from past universes.
But yeah, give respect where respect is due. You'll be given respect in return, and generally everyone will be happy. So that's kind of the main note.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Just do not forget to raise the spoon.
As you're walking, Abram, one of the guards turns to you. You'll be excited to know, my lord. We've banded with the Warforged. And they've followed under rule of our king by choice. Oddly enough, sir. It is led to great things.
Oh, this news does bring me joy.
I don't
Thank
trust it.
Glad to hear that.
Yes. Well, just
It's
wait
by
till
choice.
you see the city. And from there, it does not take long to reach the city. And in fact, Abram, by your recognition, the city has like doubled in size. Perhaps even like 2.5 to 3 times its original size. And there's kind of a break in the jungle line as you kind of come out to the main gates. These large walls of stone that are very much decorated, and obviously some more like Yuan-Ti aspects, the more squarish architecture. But you also notice Taylor built more influences of Warforged designs. The gates look much more sturdy, and as well as the additions of some extra things to the battlements and so on and so forth. But
Do I see anything that could run off of those salvaged Warforged cores?
go ahead and make me a perception. Yeah, perception check.
That's not the dice channel. That's the dice channel. $16.
16? Not that you can tell. The battlements seem to be armed with ballista, as well as a few other minor things, but nothing that seems to run off of Warforged power cores. But yeah, as you approach, you all begin to hear something interesting. Begin to hear voices, both Yuan-Ti and Warforged in nature, kind of singing, almost. And, like, yeah, it is this sound of, the singing, and for a moment, like, it's unclear, but then, like, it suddenly breaks out in startling clarity as, you see the, the archers mounted on the top of the walls also begin to sing, and the guards down below, which you would note, the guards by the gate are both Warforged. These tall, well-built machine people that carry their own style of weapons, obviously. These two staves made of metal. Not quite spears, but that have a strange weight at one end. And, as you die off, or as the sing dies off, and you see one of the Yuan-Ti, Abram, how open is your holy symbol?
Is my what?
How exposed is your holy symbol?
Very.
Um,
Always very exposed.
there
The
is
first thing people see.
right, because it's pretty much emblazoned on the front of your tabard. There's a pause, and the singing pauses for a minute as you just hear the cries of, "It's Lord Abram!" Like, that standard cacophony of, like, "It is? What? Like all the Yuan-Ti and Warforged along the ramparts look down, and then, like, look to each other in, like, shock. And you just hear, "Open the gates!" And almost immediately, the gates are pushed aside. And you continue to walk in. And, ladies and gentlemen, this place is pretty much the definition of, or at least what most people would think of as paradise. It's the sky, you can see the open blue sky above. Excuse me. And there's people of both Yuan-Ti and Warforged origin, kind of mingling around, conversing with each other, working together. And, like, you're obviously in the outer kind of rings, and this is more of a, I say kind of like an agriculture district, even though it's kind of not really. There are plenty of spaces that seem to be designated to, like, fish farming and other, like, various agriculture. So fruits, vegetables, fish as kind of the main source of meat, and any number of other things. Trees that produce strange fruit and otherwise. And the longer you go, eventually it kind of becomes this, kind of eventually opens out into the markets and the residence areas. And might I say, this is massive. This city is huge. So it's taking you a while to work your way kind of through everything. And where you all go, kind of cheers and also, like, cheers and murmurs kind of begin to follow you as you all kind of begin to ride in. As Abram, you are very well liked among your people.
Yes, guys, everyone loves me.
You have, in their eyes, you have returned from your self-exile. Something they did not dare to hope would ever happen. But you all continue on. How's everyone reacting to this? What's going on with everybody?
Cerulean is mostly just confused, especially like with the talk of the Warforged. And she's from a different continent. She doesn't fully know the history, so it's like there's actually Warforged here, and she's like, okay, and
Warforged have been our enemies for thousands of years.
Cerulean just
Correction,
doesn't
that's
understand what's going on.
that's
Yeah, that's
not exactly right. You weren't enemies, you weren't allies, you kind of just got stuck with the war together. And while you weren't enemies, yeah, again, you weren't allies either. So, to see that both kind of groups have taken well to each other, Abram, you know very well that's your father's doing. Ever the diplomat. So, like, even the Warforged kind of seem excited to see both you and Barrage. Like, Barrage seems to have his own reputation among his people. But Arturus, Uriel, anything going on with you guys as you're...
Arcturus is just gonna be like, wow, you're famous here. Kind of makes sense considering your royalty, but so it's kind of interesting to see it.
Abram.
What's up? I know.
Art.
It's pretty cool.
So what are we doing here? What are we doing first?
Oh, that's a great question. What are we? We came here, I guess, to see something. I don't.
You have any
To
number of
report
options. You can, of course, go see your father. Kind of, you could explore, take a
but
look
why are we
around.
here? Why did we come here in the first place?
You guys were...
I wasn't here.
You guys were told
here
that
last
the third seal piece is in the city somewhere. Where it is, you guys don't know, but you were told that the third seal piece lies within the Yonti Kingdom. That was it.
Oh, the seal piece.
So
All right, I guess.
you can obviously, like, Abram, there's your family who you haven't seen in ages. You guys could
No,
go.
they're not important.
You guys could go try and find maybe a place of rest. You know, go check around, do kind of just whatever you feel like. Really, this is on you guys.
Honestly, Cerulean's gonna see if they have any, like, she wants a clothing store, because in addition to not being used to this type of weather, she's not dressed for this type of weather.
All right. You do note, in the commercial district, or, you know, where the marketplace, essentially. Yeah, it does seem that, yeah, there, multiple clothing shops, you know, here or there, you know, kind of scattered about. Pretty much any number of stores for just about anything you could ever want, really. So, there is a clothing store. Anyone else lining out what they want to do really quickly?
Let me go see the town's blacksmith.
Right. Yurio Arturus. Anything for you guys?
Not in particular.
Alright.
What he said.
So, the guards kind of look at you like, my lord, would you like to go see your family, or we can always, if you wish to go shopping, we can, of course, leave you for the moment.
Does Party want to go shopping right now? That's what I've been hearing, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what.
Might as well. I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure. Not sure if if there's anything that would be better than what I have now.
all right.
Like just being sold. So.
Trillian, you
know.
kind of break away from the group for a minute, kind of make your way into a clothing shop, and most of the buildings here are made of stone, and kind of in, you know, squarish architecture, you know, kind of what you would expect more like Aztec, Mayan, you know, etc. Those kind of themes. And you kind of step in, and it's comparison to the outside, it's dim. Not dark, but there's a significant light difference. It's much easier on the eyes, and you would notice it's cool. It is, like, compared to the, in your case, blistering heat outside, this is cool. This is...
Aren't these some rolling noises?
Yeah, that's...
It no longer feels like a popsicle in the middle of summer.
And the store owner, a female Yanti pureblood, so almost entirely human, I guess, save for like serpent eyes, some fangs, and some patches of, for this one, these kind of blackish scales, kind of dotted here or there. She looks down and he's like, is there something I can do for you?
Hey there. I was just hoping to look for some cooler clothes.
Ah. Outsider. Cool, we can help you with that. She kind of directs you over to an area where it shows, like, it's the Yanti kind of finery, I guess. You see some clothes made of, like, silks and other light materials, and, well, as well as, some that are seemingly heavier materials, but you, kind of based on their design, you'd understand that they're definitely, like, more breathable, or at least more comfortable for this weather. But most things are, kind of, again, looser, lighter, lots of silks. Most things don't have sleeves. Like, they tried to cut some material where they could afford it, essentially.
Mm-hmm. I mean, basically, what Cerulean is currently wearing is just a modified, like, Shrine-Maiden's outfit.
Yep.
She'll probably go, like, she's gonna try to keep the same general aesthetic. She'd probably just get, like, a skirt and, like, a sleeveless blouse. Keeping it pretty simple.
It's going to be... Let's go with 5 gold.
Alright. You'd hand it over, and then like, do you have a changing room I could use real quick?
Back there. And she kind of points to a sectioned off area, hidden by some curtains.
In that case, you just go get changed and
Oh,
then
I
read
do have
with
gold.
the others.
Crazy. I don't know if he needs. I mean, I don't think Arcturus really needs new clothes.
All right. Abram, you said you were stopping by the blacksmith?
I think I'll go with
Yeah.
Abram. I'll head over with him.
All right. You kind of break away, and much to the, like, confusion of everyone else, their assumption is, oh yeah, go straight to see your father. But they kind of, some hushed murmurs, but you kind of enter the blacksmith shop, and you see almost a full serpentine Yanti, you know, snake from the waist down, entire body covered in scales, kind of, yeah, you know, the only thing is really kind of like humanoid torso-ish from the waist up. But, you know, Yanti abomination, essentially. Or that's what they're called in the book anyway. But yeah, full snake. Say again?
I was just saying, alright, I was agreeing.
Alright. And he seems to be like these different shades of brown. Like, some, like, mostly this kind of deep, rich brown with some lighter patches of almost like mud color. And he looks up and he's like,
Alright.
my lord, this is surprise. How can I help you?
What armors do you sell?
Out here, mostly chainmails, some half plate, but it's nothing what they make up in the inner. Well, obviously, the royal family blacksmith would have more than I do.
Good sir, you are too harsh on yourself.
It's
Well,
you're wearing finest set of chainmail I've seen, at least from our people. So, Abram, you know that most of the time, like, Yanti don't really do full plate. Like,
yeah.
the largest you'll get is like half plate sometimes, or occasionally splint. But yeah, full plate and like most of the other that not really common, just because with where you live and such, it's very hard to keep maintained, and like it's just generally for your people,
armor, right?
chainmail is chainmail, and a lot of times hides and leathers are kind of the standard.
Alright.
So,
All good then.
like, well, I'm honored that you would grace my shop, my lord. But, yes, unfortunately, nothing much here. Oh,
Very well.
and if you were looking for the king, I believe he is in the central arena right now.
It was always his favorite place.
Indeed. He's been testing his strength against a few of the passing, I don't want to say outsiders because that sounds unwelcoming of me, but those who are not native here. Wanderers. Tourists, yes. That's a good word. Some of our more recent visitors, let's put it that way. But yes, he should be in the arena. As for the queen, I believe she was in the temple somewhere.
Alright. Alrighty, alright, well, alright, let's I guess I'll head over there now. Thank you, sir. I'll leave.
Of course, my lord. And you should know, one of your second in command, outside of course, Master Barrage, your second in command of your legion, sir, he's retired now, and he's opened a tavern down the way.
It's open to what down the way?
A tavern, sir. Tends to be a favorite spot of travelers.
We'll go look it out. We'll go check it out.
Yes.
Hey.
Make sure you do. He would be delighted to see you again, sir.
Oh, I'm sure. Anyway, thank you, good sir.
He's gonna bow.
We'll be on our way.
Arturus, did you want to stop and check anything at the blacksmith, or you just there on posterity?
I mean, I guess I mean, I guess he could try. I really don't think that they're gonna have anything better than what he has. I guess he's gonna like slightly unsheath his sword. He's like, "You got anything better than this?" And he's gonna say it kind of like he kind of knows that the answer is gonna be no.
Silver weapon. Hard to come by.
Silver +1 katana. Yeah.
Well, we have some blades of Yuan-Ti make, but I doubt you would enjoy any of those. And he kind of pulls some, he pulls like a scimitar or two off the walls. Bit heavier than the standard make in the other kingdoms, but he kind of flips it over in his hands a few times. But I'm sure you prefer your own weapon better. And he kind of hangs
I think
it up.
you're right here.
Well,
Anyways, thanks for trying.
oh, absolutely.
Then he's gonna go follow Abram.
All right.
He's gonna say, "So, do you wanna go pick up Cerulean and then go check out your father? Maybe at that tavern afterwards, or do you want
Yeah,
to
that's a
do?
good move.
I don't really know if you want to be under the influence when you meet your father."
Yes. I'm just kidding. No, I think the move is I guess because if we go to my father, then that means we're gonna continue the campaign.
No,
So I guess we can just.
Not necessarily.
not necessarily. No, you're free to go see your father, and it won't like. This is. You're not gonna like complete the campaign anytime soon.
All right,
You
let's
guys are
go
good.
see my father.
All right. So, Cerulean, I assume you went back out to the cart once you got your clothes.
Yeah.
All right. You guys kind of meet up with you all kind of meet up together as you kind of go along. Abram, you're kind of surprised to see Cerulean wearing some more traditional Yuan-Ti clothing, but it makes sense seeing as her own traditional garments are way too heavy for this kind of weather.
How dense it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So
Let us continue, shall we?
you all proceed to kind of across the district, and as you're doing so, you pass the royal palace, which is, it looks a little bit like a temple, but it's more of a pyramid style thing, but with defined levels and such, kind of because of the more squarish architecture. You pass by the palace, Abram, your home, and towards what you all see rising out of the city. This is one of the Yuan-Ti's centerpieces of their city. A massive arena that kind of towers above everything. Which, the closer you get, you can hear the sounds of steel ringing against steel and the occasional blast of magic as as whatever is happening continues on. You approach the gates, and one of the guards just looks at you, he's like, my lord, welcome to the arena. Your father's down on the sands sparring. He looks to you, Abram.
Okay, sorry. Yes. Let us go see mine futa.
He kind of bows and steps aside. And you guys enter the arena, kind of, I assume going to the stands first to kind of watch. Or you can enter directly onto the sand, if you wish.
We should go watch
I'm not
first.
sure.
Alright.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna walk.
It would be rude to interrupt his duel.
You kind of make your way up into the stands. It's not so much as a duel as it is like a 3-on-1. And the 3 aren't winning. That is for sure. You see an armored figure standing in the center, helmet over his face, ornate full plate armor covering his body, and 2 axes. 2 ornate axes, kind of in his hands, 1 per hand, and he seems to be, like, in the center of this kind of group of 3, surrounded by another, person in full armor that you would, 1 second. Another person in full plate armor who, judging by the way their armor is constructed, seems to be a tiefling. But their entire head, including their horns, is sealed in armor, as well as their, like, pretty much their entire body, even their tail, is completely armored. And the kind of eyepieces of the helmet are glowing, and they are holding in 2 hands what looks like a large hammer, what you would recognize as a maul, and 2 strange pieces of machinery. There are multiple strange pieces of machinery, really, kind of built into this armor set. The second is this black dragonborn wearing a blindfold around his eyes, a scar kind of running along part of his snout. Who, yeah, definitely seems to be more of
character. I know who this is, I think.
Yeah, definitely seems to be more of the monkish type, wearing, of course, robes and whatnot. And the third, seems to be a tabaxi.
How did I know?
Of some kind. A bow in one hand, kind of hood pulled up, more autumn colors.
Jay, my memory of the tournament, the previous renditions tournament cast has got coming in real use right now.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, Jay, also, you I think you misspoke by saying full plate isn't common. You should have said full plate isn't common for plebeians who aren't outsiders or royalty.
Yeah, it's not commonly sold here. Like, it's not really made or sold here. Not usually, anyway. But yeah,
Not
this
enough money.
this fight, to the 3 of you, it seems very one-sided in the favor of the person in the center of the ring. The monk seems kind of down on his dregs, like, kind of brushes some saliva kind of away from his snout. The archer's on her last few arrows, and can't really tell what's going on with the tiefling, but doesn't seem to be in much better condition. And the man in the center, just standing up straight, doesn't even look phased. And in this, there's this long, tense moment before the action starts up again. The Tabaxi kind of firing off a few arrows that get deflected. The center figure doesn't even look, it just deflects twice before darting towards the monk. And the monk does his best, but seemingly kind of out of energy, gets very easily kind of, he throws a few strikes, but the Yuan-Ti just ducks and pummels him right between the eyes with the hilt of his axe, kind of sending him to the floor. And kind of, it's an odd moment, and then there's this heavy war cry as the tiefling runs and, through something on his armor, boosts into the air and brings the maul down in an overhead slam, only for the figure in the center to sidestep at almost supernatural speed. Kind of sidesteps, like, hacks twice with the axes. The tiefling blocks a few times, only for the center armor, who you now assume likely the king, to slip in, hook his axes against a like more open part of the tiefling's plate, and kind of heave downwards, driving his right knee up into the tiefling's helmet. There's this loud clang, and the tiefling kind of reels back for a minute, like one hand going to his head, before his feet get kicked out from under him, and he lands on this back. There's this audible oof, and he goes to get back up, like you see him shaking violently before he just collapses. And then the man in the center kind of turns to the archer, who just kind of puts her bow away, holds both paws up, and kind of walks back. At this point, you can definitely tell the fight's over. You know, as things begin to wind down, of course, the man in the center kind of, he goes and helps each of his sparring partners up, making sure they're okay. And the fight seems to be over. Ladies and gentlemen. Abram?
That was pretty cool.
Alright.
Yeah, guys, that's my dad.
Your dad is quite
would,
strong.
if the ruin would clap, as I'm guessing most of the Colosseum is. 'Cause, like, again, she's from the clan of samurais. Fighting is honor. Like, the Colosseum is also very much her style.
Alright. Now the next question.
Yeah, this is like good entertaining for the whole party. We all like fighting. Or I don't know about Uriel, but
most people.
Abram Arturus and Cerulean at least.
All seem to really enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
Abram, are you?
Good without.
Abram, are you gonna? You going to walk down, or are you kind of gonna wait?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk down.
All right.
I'm gonna walk down into the arena.
You kind of walk down, and your father seems to be talking with some people like the people he was sparring with for a moment. The axes have both been returned to his belt, and you all notice that strapped over his back, both not in the standard X, like most dual wielders wear larger swords, but kind of both over one shoulder. You see he wears two long swords. One, the kind of guardless sword that almost every Yuan-ti royal carries. This long sword, no crossguard, straight backed but with a curved edge at the end. Straight backed sword, the blade kind of curves up to meet the back towards the tip. As well as what seems to be the second sword, kind of long, dual-edged, kind of what you would think of a crusader sword, essentially. Again, long, dual-edged, ornate crossguard, that kind of sits above the first one. That sits above the first one. Strangely enough, he has not removed his helmet yet. And as you guys approach, one of the people kind of motions to you. And the king turns around, and Abram, you can tell even through the helmet, he kind of makes direct eye contact with you. And in this next motion, side note, you stand 3 inches taller than your father. You're 6'7", 6'8". He's 6'5". So he kind of immediately kind of reaches up, pulls his helmet off, and then just kind of just chucks it to the side a bit, and for description, under the helmet you would see this, again, more pure blood, Yuan-ti, not exactly pale skin, but he's definitely almost entirely humanoid, save for these brilliant yellow serpentine eyes, a set of fangs, and some patches of relatively green scales, kind of these leaf green scales. And you would also note his hair is kind of pulled up in this top knot ponytail fashion. And he's got it's not a beard, one second. Let me see if I can find something to use as a good reference. He's kind of got going on what kind of, if you've seen Hanzo in Overwatch, kind of what he's got going on. He's kind of got that kind of facial hair going on.
Yeah.
And
he's a snake.
Yeah. He's more pure blood. He doesn't have many snake traits. He's got patches of scales, but he doesn't have the snake head like Abram or the lower kind of serpent body of some of the others.
So he's more human.
Yeah. He's about as human as you're going to get from a Yuan-ti.
Okay.
And Abram, he kind of stares at you, stares at you, kind of drops his helmet, and it, before you realize it, he's kind of kind of grabs you in this, like, hug that you haven't had for ages. And you just hear, "You're back." And he kind of pulls away a minute, looks at you, is like, "And you got taller." What? He's just kind of in shock.
Yeah, I know. You got older.
True. I have a streak of gray in my hair now. And yeah, you do notice kind of a streak of gray going up into the kind of ponytail. Not much, but enough. And he smiles like, "It's good to have you back, Dick." And he kind of pauses for a minute.
Great to be back. Yeah.
It's... He kind of remembers something for a minute. And he kind of like, gives you this stern look. It's like, 100 years. You've been gone 100 years.
It was a minute. It's been a minute.
And you didn't write. Your mother nearly had my head.
I didn't have it.
You hear me?
I didn't have any paper.
Oh. We'll, avoid that whole shindig as long as possible, yes?
Yes.
Just good to have you back, though. But,
It's great to be back, Father.
I see you've brought friends.
Yes. Meet Arcturus.
Hello.
Cerulean. That's the one.
Pleasure to meet you.
And is it Nora in this one?
It would be Uriel, but
Oh, yeah.
he kind of nods to each of you in turn. Like, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And, you are all, might I say, you, have my hand of welcome. Any friend of my son's is a friend of mine. So, tell me, where do you all come from? Or what led you to be in my son's company?
I just happened to be wandering, and then I joined the party that your son was already with.
Oh, shoot. Remind me real quick. Oh no, it's been a while.
You got dragged into a job with him.
Wait, what job was that?
The king of the again, I say human loosely because it's a melting pot. Human kingdom. That ruler kind of asked you to investigate some border trouble. And Abram and Barrage happened to take the same job.
Somewhat. Somewhat?
Border trouble. You were asked to look into some border trouble.
Okay, yeah, with the elves.
Yeah. And,
Okay. No, I remember now.
yeah. It just, happened that you wandered into the same group.
I guess we'll just explain that.
He kind of, bursts out into this hearty laugh. Like, I figured as much. He always did have a knack for picking up people in the oddest places. You should have seen the group he led back during the war. Oddballs, all of them. Not that any of us mind.
Yes, but I don't lead this group.
No.
We are a team, bound by order and trial, brotherly,
And a lot of fate.
lot of fate, an outrageous amount of fate.
Like, too much. Kind
Well,
of like.
You know what they say. Too much fate is no longer coincidence. If you understand my meaning.
I do.
Well, you all seem like you've had your fair share of travels.
That we have.
We have, yeah, we've been around.
Well,
Done a few things, you know.
you certainly show it. My goodness. You know, if your mother was here, she would chastise you for not eating well enough. He looks to Abram and is like, well, and she would chastise your friends, not two.
You just cut out twice. Did you say?
Abram's father kind of looked at, if my wife was here, oh lord, she'd chastise you all for not eating well enough. For not eating well enough.
This is true.
I mean, do my best.
Oh, please. There is no stopping that woman. Never has been. But, we'll have to deal with that at dinner. But, Abram, you'd also be good to know that, your siblings are doing well. Oh my goodness, what have they been doing? He kind of thinks for a solid moment, before he kind of shrugs, like, well, you know your eldest brother, he's off messing around again. But, well, you know, he is fun-loving, but menace in a fight. Conda, the middle, your second oldest, I believe. My goodness, there are 4 of you. You all seem so similar in age, I get you all mixed up. He's obviously been studying in the library, as always. And,
Yes.
and
True.
Slyphus is still not talking.
He was always like that.
Yes, he was. Still finding a way to get information he shouldn't. But, well, the spy networks have never been, well, not spies, but the hunters have never had it better. But,
Is that so?
what?
Is that so?
Yes, he's
That has been so much.
he's been doing a lot. But now's not the time for that. That's what I say. Why don't you all either find a tavern, take a break from your travels, get rested up, have a bath. You all look like you need it.
Hey, I took a bath, like, what, 3 weeks ago?
Precisely my point. And unless you want,
Cleaner than you.
True.
Yeah.
It is
No,
true.
I would very much like a bath.
Yes.
There hasn't been much access to sufficient amounts of water on our
I'm sure
trip over here.
the jungle is dense, and while most of us, Yonti, don't mind getting dirt in our scales, some of us do. And, well, you'll be good to know, you'll be well off knowing that, the, tavern down the way is offering hot baths.
Is that the one that Abrams they said second in command was running.
Ah, yes. Before he and Barrage allied. Yes, Viprix retired and opened a tavern recently. And, my goodness, he's made it quite the commodity. Added hot baths, extra remedies you can purchase to throw in there if you're
Well,
looking for something
I mean-
more relaxing. Great choice in food, and some of the best drink you'll find, at least around here. Well, best
Well,
variety of drink
You know
you'll
what they say
find.
about... Well, success spreads. I mean, clearly he was very good as a second in command. So why not? Why wouldn't he be good at commanding an establishment?
He's quite the tavern keep. Quite the tavern keep. So, do you all some good. Do you all some good. And, don't worry about pay. I will make sure he is given his quota.
Thank you, Father.
So,
Of course.
you're down here a lot in the
In the
bar
ring,
arena, or whatever, Coliseum.
yes. My son Konda handles most of the paperwork. He has more of a mind for it than I do. I'm mostly the diplomatics and, well, you know, the other things that don't require paper. But, well, he stops for a minute, looks around. I find it necessary to keep my skills sharp. Times of peace often make men weak, and I can't afford that. So, well, when I'm not busy, I'm down here. And he kind of rolls his shoulders a bit. Yep. It is. That group over there, they're quite good at what they do, I will say. That blasted artificer had me on my toes for a minute. Terrifying amount of power, that one. But... Yes? Someone say something? Zeb.
I did not say anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and he just looks at you guys like... They're... Good trio. Yeah. The, monk actually lives around here. Surprisingly enough. Moved here, I think, a month back. And, the Tabaxi's just another traveler. At least from what I understand. But, yeah, once again, we'll have time for finery later. And, well, in a much more pleasant environment than this hot, sticky bar of sand. Wouldn't you say? And he kind of looks to all of you.
Yes.
Good. Well, I have to make my way back to the palace now. If I don't have things sorted out by the time my wife gets back, well, good heavens. We might all be in trouble. And he smiles a bit. Abram, you know full well he fears your mother. Well, not fears. They are...
Yeah.
They are the dynamic duo. They are... Yeah. Your mother and father are very much the
I got that.
dynamic duo.
Nuclear.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
I get it.
as you guys kind of... Well, I'll let you decide what you're doing next. But yeah, Abram, your father kind of bows, goes, picks up his helmet, takes his leave.
All right. Cool. Here, someone else make a decision.
We should head to the tavern.
That's what I was like thinking.
All right.
All right.
So, you guys make your way to the tavern,
tavern.
and I think that's where we're gonna end it off for the night.
Alright.
We will pick this up next time, where you guys will get to meet not only the tavern keep, but also Abram's siblings and his mother, Joy.
Oh.
I'm a
All right. Peace out.